Welcome back, adventurer. It's good to be with you again on this path to heroship, herohood, heroism, whatever it is. I'm glad you're here and that we're on this path together. We'll continue polishing up our concentration skills today and for several more sessions after this. I hope you are feeling more comfortable with the practice. I mean, at the very least, you haven't bailed yet, and that's huge. This may not be the most fun. In fact, it may be really boring. When I first took up meditation, I also started with concentration practices, counting my breath, which was the first time I really discovered how something can be both profoundly challenging and quite boring at the same time. But I don't mean to assume that you're feeling bored. Maybe that's just how you look when you're meditating. And at the very least, I hope that the lightheartedness and quick pace of watching cartoons can serve as a bit of an incentive to keep it up. Undoubtedly, there is a bit of that eating your vegetables vibe to almost any new practice, and certainly for one which requires as much patience as meditation asks of us. But I swear that it becomes more fun with time, and I hope you are already feeling some of the benefits of slowing down, of remembering your body, of learning to accept yourself and your brain exactly as it is. If you're not feeling any of those things, I want to affirm for you again that that is totally okay. We aren't attached to any specific outcome here. That's the nature of adventuring. We don't know what we will find. But something has kept you coming back, and I want to thank you for whatever that is. We all have these parts of ourselves that we dislike, that we wish we could change. And sometimes we come into greater contact or awareness of those parts of ourselves when we meditate, which can feel difficult. From all we know of Ice King so far, he seems to be a dude who has more of these unlikable characteristics than others. I mean, what's there to like in a power-hungry, lady-stealing loner? Ice King, I totally support your decision to stop kidnapping princesses. But even though he gets punched in the face multiple times, and Finn and Jake must still resort to some physical violence to protect a helpless, hypnotized broad, in this episode, we discover a little more, that Ice King is really looking for a good time. He wants to get married for some pretty whack reasons, but he also just wants a party. He's complicated and spontaneous, and we gotta show him a good time and treat him right. Otherwise, he'll go back to imprisoning ladies. We also learn that sometimes evil plans can be thwarted by some strategically timed pranking, because people who are obsessed with a specific outcome to an unhealthy degree also are not often the most observant people, and their lack of awareness can lead them to marry a dog instead of a princess. In either case, we deal best with difficult people and difficult parts of ourselves when we increase our capacity for kindness and find greater reserves of patience. Or at least, this is what the heroic path asks of us. Oftentimes, when we fail to respond in these ways, when we lose our temper at someone we love, or when we behave in harmful and unthinking ways, it's not because we don't care or because we're bad people, but that we ourselves are feeling unsupported, or we are relying on coping mechanisms or strategies which may have kept us safe in the past, but which are no longer serving us now. Changing our response to difficult things takes practice, and that is exactly what we are cultivating when we meditate. The ability to become more aware of our needs, of our internal state. The ability to recognize our limits and find more space to become who we want to be. Difficult and aggravating things will assuredly come up. This is life, and we cannot control that. The only thing we can control is our response to those things when they happen. But we can't do that when we are inattentive. So let's do it. Let's get into it. Let's practice being attentive. Here at the beginning, bring your attention to your posture. Settle into whatever position feels balanced between alert and relaxed. It doesn't need to be perfect. Just check in with your body, make any adjustments you need, and then let it be. Your best is plenty good enough. Whatever posture you're settling into, note that your body is taking this shape. Sit and know you're sitting. Stand and know you're standing. Lie down and know you're lying down. Just by doing this, you increase your mindfulness. In this moment, this is the shape I'm in. This is me, right now. Your eyes can be closed or open. If they're open, let them relax as much as possible, maybe just slightly open. Pick a comfortable point for your gaze to rest, and then let it go. Invite a bit more alertness on the inhales, and a bit more relaxation on the exhales. A couple deep breaths as you really settle in. Great. That's great. Often we struggle a bit more with the relaxation piece. This is foreign to a lot of us relative to the pace we're expected to maintain in our jobs, in our personal lives. But not here. Here we can be slow. Here we can rest. Let your out-breath be a little longer than your in-breath, and invite some more relaxation. Relax the space around your eyes, your throat, your hands, your jaw. Let your shoulders drop a millimeter. If some part of you doesn't want to relax, that's okay. It's not ready. You don't have to force it. Even tight and tense shoulders are welcome here if those are the shoulders you've got. Great. A couple more moments of settling. And when you're ready, direct your attention to your object of focus. My directions will be for the breath, but whatever you feel in your body is fine. Just some signal or sensation where you can tune in. If you're working with the breath, maybe take a couple more deep ones to really feel into it. Be curious. Where do you feel it most strongly? Maybe it's a different place than last time. Maybe the same. Either is fine. There's no getting this wrong. Maybe the breath is too much and you're working with sound or touch points. Also totally fine. Whatever your object of focus is, just invite all the attention you've got to rest gently there. This is your anchor. Your mind is going to drift in a million princess kidnapping directions, and that's fine. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But this sensation, this is your anchor, your home. This is where you welcome your attention back to whenever you notice it's wandered. Your mind gets caught in distractions, in daydreams, in problem solving. It doesn't matter. That's what minds do. When you notice it's wandered, let go as gently as possible and bring it back to your anchor. Just welcome it one breath at a time. Focus your attention on just this one in-breath. Now just this one out-breath. If it helps, when you're ready, you can offer that silent count for support. In, out, 1. In, out, 2. These numbers are quiet. Most of your focus stays with the feeling of the breath. But when you get to the end of the out-breath, you can offer this note to give your brain something to keep it a bit more engaged. If you make it to 10, great. Start over at 1. If you make it to 3 and your attention gets pulled away, when you notice that, rather than getting frustrated, remember that this is a moment to be really different. An opportunity to be gentle and kind. As you let go of whatever pulled you away and return to your breath. If you make it through half a breath, that's okay too. You can always begin again. That's the practice. Every time you begin again, that's the practice. See if you can't remain curious in this process. Each breath is slightly different than the last. What does this one feel like? How does breathing feel different when you're paying attention to it? What are the sensations like in this breath? How about this one? Stretching, pulling, contraction, release, fluid, solid. You don't have to name these things, but feel them. If it helps, you can bring a gentle smile to your face on the out-breath, just at the corners of the lips. There's no getting this wrong. You don't have to take it too seriously. In fact, getting too uptight, too determined, actually increases the likelihood that your mind will become agitated and move on to something else. Which is fine. Whenever you notice it does, celebrate that. You have another opportunity to begin again. Just one breath at a time. It doesn't matter if you have to begin again millions of times. That's the practice. You are building concentration, patience, gentleness with every breath. When we notice our attention has drifted, it's often our first impulse to feel frustrated in some way. Ugh, I can't do this. Not again. I'm such a failure. This is too difficult for me. I'm not cut out for this. But in fact, the moment when you notice your attention has drifted is precisely the moment that you are cut out for. It's not a bad thing to notice your attention has wandered. It's actually a really great thing. you are increasing your mindfulness. Even if you were lost in thought for the last 7 minutes, you've noticed it now. And your breath and body are still waiting for you. Same as always. You can let go and begin again. That's the practice. Just allowing your attention to rest. Fantastic job. This may be really uncomfortable for you, and that's okay. As comfy as our comfort zones are, we've all got princess stealing impulses lurking in there too. And we don't need to be too harsh with ourselves. We're not trying to bash those parts of ourselves, and we'll actually outgrow them more quickly with self-compassion and increased awareness. I just want to affirm you for the millionth time, and don't worry, there will be a million more, that if this is difficult for you, that is normal and okay. It doesn't mean that it's not working, or that you're failing, or anything like that. In fact, the more friction you feel when sitting and trying to be with your breath, it's likely that you've got that much more comfort coming your way as you become more at home in your body, with a quiet mind and increased awareness. I believe in you, I'm grateful for you, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Till then.